I must say, 2018 has got off to a great start for Mariah Carey. She has new merch about tea, and it's amazing.
Do you want it for your birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, too bad I already got you something for your birthday.
You didn't.
Last year.
What'd you give me for my birthday?
I took you to see Fun Home.
Oh, Fun Home, yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome.
That was called Fun House until just now.
I know. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of 2K Mats. It's Matt Steele.
And it's Matt Palmer.
And so a movie has come out recently, and all the gays are agog.
Yes,
Called,
agog and aghast.
Agog and aghast. Called Call Me By Your Name. Call Me By Your Name is a lovely little coming of age story about a high schooler, 17-year-old living in Italy with his scholarly parents who take in a grad student, doctoral student, whatever, who studies with them abroad in Italy.
And Timothy Chalamet plays the character who lives there, and Army is the student who's coming to visit.
The older students.
Yes.
The older students. The boys have a little romance.
Yeah, which is why, of course, we can't not see
We cannot see it, obviously. Obviously.
I have to buy a ticket, and I have my movie pass for this. So it's like,
we didn't have to pay for it.
Yes, it's the best.
Should we talk about our favorite things about the movie first? The good things about the movie first? Wonderful performances. Timothy Chalamet is a fine, great job. Armie Hammer gives a lovely performance. And Michael Stuhlbarg.
Yes.
That was a beautiful monologue, beautifully written,
Final scene.
beautifully delivered. I'm not one for a sex scene. I don't care about a sex scene, whatever. The sex scenes I thought were very well directed.
Yes.
They were directed by a guy who you can tell has had sex with a guy. For a movie that was very serious, that took itself very seriously, I thought there was a lot of lightness and joy in the lovemaking scenes, which I appreciated.
I felt like I enjoyed just kind of the vibe of it. I feel like it had a very specific point of view, a very specific color palette, and I felt like the director made a lot of strong choices as far as like the mood he was trying to set with the piece.
Yes, there was a very cohesive vision to the film. My favorite thing about the film, though, is it is so much fun to make fun of.
This is why we need that video, honestly, because I honestly have no real strong feelings for it. I thought it was nice. I thought Timothy Chalamet did a lovely job. Matt Steele thinks it's ridiculous and wants to express that.
I love a drama. I love a serious, self-indulgent drama. This took that to the max. Like, was it not hysterical? Like, I don't know, I didn't find it hysterical. I thought it was hysterical. It's just this piano music, like, and they're riding their bikes in the Italian countryside.
I like them dancing at the nightclub. That was fun.
I feel like it took itself so seriously in its subtleties. Like, it was just like, look at how subtle this conversation is. Look at how subtle this conversation is. And then all of a sudden, the final shot was just him staring and hysterically crying into a fireplace for like 20 minutes as we were watching the ending.
I think you're not making friends with this video.
I'm really not, guys. If you are obsessed with this movie, like, just turn this video off right now.
They've already unsubscribed.
I mean, whatever.
I appreciate someone going out of their way to make gay art that's not, no one dies of AIDS at the end, and which is such a low bar. But I feel like so many gay movies that you see on like the Netflix, like the queer section of Netflix, it's like very much a sad movie, or it's like another gay movie, like a freaking summer camp, like people who aren't actors like taking off their shirts. And I feel like this was meant to be something that was to be appreciated as much as the next film, and so I appreciated that about it.
Of course. It was very moving in the sense that we all remember our first loves. It's not so much the story that I found so silly, it's the characters were just so white. If they took another sip of apricot juice,
you were very hung up on the apricot juice.
There was so much apricot juice everywhere. Apricot juice abound, and just the things they would talk about was just so. I mean, I realized they were like scholars.
I feel like it also was like a heightened reality. It's not supposed to be like you're watching Big Brother and these are people in like their sweat shorts talking about stuff. Like it's like just a different version of reality.
It's definitely a heightened reality, which is why it works as a movie. But it's what makes it fun to make fun of. It's what makes it fun to laugh at to me. The part with the nosebleed, where he gets the nosebleed, and then his friends come over and they're like, oh, he had a nosebleed earlier, so he's inside resting. It's like, what kid rests after a nosebleed? Like, you stick some tissues in your nose and you call it a day and you go on with your life. Like, everything was just so delicate.
I thought it was sweet how when he would like write in his notebook about how he's feeling about Armie Hammer, and he'd be like, "Oh, I wish he liked me, and I feel like he does." And I was like, "Oh, that's sweet."
Yeah, I liked that. I liked the part where Armie Hammer wanted to meet up with him on a date, and so he's like, "Meet up at this time." And so every scene, he's like looking at his watch. And there's like a clock and everything. So I thought that was really cute. And like I thought when it actually got to those moments, I was like, "Oh, this is cute and this is sweet and everything." And I really like this. There were some parts that I really didn't understand. Like, they would get into these arguments that were about nothing. And I was like, are we fighting here? Like, what's happening? And then they would make up, and I was like, wait, were we fighting? I don't even know. Like, it was a lot while being so little.
I love that you find this movie ridiculous, but think Mother is like amazing.
Oh my god, I loved Mother. Are we gonna talk about the age thing?
I mean, I will say, I walked in a bit nervous about the age. That was my largest hang-up about the movie. I didn't love that he was 26, and that
he's 24 in the movie. The character's supposed to be 24.
Armie's supposed to be 24.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it was mentioned like maybe at one point, and it kind of gave me the shivers. But then it was like over, and then we didn't talk about it anymore, and so I was like, okay, I can just like take this in for what it is. But I do think it's odd that no one's discussing it. I think it's odd that it's like completely being washed over.
Because the character of Elio is supposed to be 17, Armie character of Oliver is supposed to be 24, which is like not great. But like whatever. But it's just the casting is just. Timothée Chalamet looks 17. Armie Hammer looks 34 at the youngest. He does not look 24.
I'd give
he looks
him
34.
30, 31.
30 is generous. 31 is closer to what he looks like. And you know, he looks great. We're not saying he looks horrible for his age, because he looks great. But the age difference in how that they appeared was a little unsettling to me.
I like when they were sitting and they were talking about like when they were first meeting, and they were like, "Oh, when I first met you, I felt like you didn't like me." And he's like,
I like that part too. I like that part too.
Oh, this feels very real. This feels like a conversation that people would have.
Yes.
I felt like it took a long time for them to actually get together. It was kind of like watching Brokeback Mountain, and it was just like, okay, like you're tortured. I get that.
But even in Brokeback Mountain, there were shots of them like making eye contact, like moments.
Yeah, but okay, I would much rather see Call Me By Your Name again than see Brokeback Mountain again. Nothing happens in fucking Brokeback Mountain. Like, it's literally like, we're up in the mountains like, what do we do? It's like, I don't know.
But Brokeback Mountain has that Michelle Williams moment.
But that's the thing, why am I rooting for Michelle Williams in my gay movie?
Because she's a queen. You know it's a real gay movie when you're rooting for the girl. Like, let's get real. Like, screw the gays, we're rooting for the girl.
If it's supposed to be a movie about a gay romance, I want to be more invested in the romance than the girl. I think this movie is way better than Brokeback Mountain. I found Brokeback Mountain to be completely boring. Like nothing. And they just kept doing the same thing and being like, what do we do? It's like, sweetie, I don't know, but like, I paid for this, and like, I'm gonna need you to fucking make out. I don't have time. I felt like Call Me By Your Name. I appreciated that it kind of just washed over you. I feel like it's a very calming experience to see the film. It's like, I don't need it to be as real as you want it to be. I feel like it just is it's like looking at a very beautiful painting. It's like, look at this world.
It felt like I was watching a book. And like the dialogue felt like dialogue from a fiction
I mean, it was a book.
Yes, exactly. But like, I don't know how much of a movie that makes. I don't know. And like the whole like them calling each other by their names thing was very booky to me. No,
but I don't feel like that you were supposed to feel like, oh, they could just like be in my living room with me.
Of course not. Like, it was successful in what the director was trying to achieve, but just like, I just enjoy making fun of it. And I just enjoy like laughing at the seriousness
I'm sure people loved you in the theater laughing at the movie.
I was like, no, I was by myself, just like sitting there, just being like, God, this apricot juice. Also, no one washed their hands after they peed. And like, I'm sorry, like, peach juice just got everywhere on the kid's mattress.
Apricot juice.
No, during the peach moment.
Oh,
during the peach moment.
They were in a fucking, like, they weren't even in his real room. They were in, like, some offshoot.
It's gross. If there is juice on me, I'm taking a shower. Like, he just went to bed right afterwards. Like, ew! Wash your hands before you, like, roll over and go to bed.
It's just so specific.
It's like so many, like, little things where I'm just like, what are we doing? What are your lives?
Like,
also, that's impossible. That feels like how big is that peach?
You saw him cut the hole in it, right? Like, he didn't like...
Yeah, but I feel like if I were to dig my hand hand into a peach, it would all fall apart into smithereens.
Sweetie, you saw the peach pre and post what he was doing to it, and like it made sense. You could, if that is something that someone wants to do.
I was focused on the juice everywhere.
Okay. I personally feel like there was so much hubbub about the peach scene, and I was kind of like, I had more questions about the scene, spoiler alert again, when Timothée Chalamet put his head in Armie Hammer's swim trunks and like writhed on the bed, and I was like, what's happening now? I don't know, I feel like as a gay movie, it was successful, and that like I cared about that.
I definitely felt more for Moonlight. I have to say.
Oh, what? Moonlight was different. We're not talking about Moonlight.
Also, like, things hearing about, like, the way the director would, like, rehearse them. So the scene where they're, like, making out for the first time, the director, like, had them rehearse it, and they were, like, making out for however many minutes, and then they stopped and saw that the director had walked away and just, like, left them making out. I just hate the whole, like, manipulativeness of it's just... love that.
I feel like they've told this story a million. It's like if you watch one interview with Timothée Chalamet and like Armie Hammer, you've watched them all. It's like they tell that story. And then Timothée Chalamet at some point says, "Who couldn't fall in love with this guy?" And you're like, "I get it. You're straight. Congratulations." I don't like their interviews together. That's the thing I like the least about their movie. Is like the promotion they do together is so like, and we're straight, you know. And it's like, yeah, we got it.
We got
Thank
it.
you.
Yes.
Congratulations.
God forbid we cast a gay actor.
Right? As a gay role. That
roles.
is, yeah, that's something that we could work.
That's another topic for another video.
So are you rooting against the movie at the Oscars?
I mean, I am rooting for the Florida Project, so that's what I'm rooting for.
Is that going to get nominated?
Yes!
Oh.
It better! Oh my god.
Did it get nominated for a Golden Globe?
No.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much for watching.
Let us below what you thought about the movie. I'm sure a lot of you liked it. Maybe some of you didn't like it.
And follow us on Twitter at Matt Palmer Music.
And it's Matt Steele.
And we'll see you soon at the brand new 2K Mats.
Bye, guys.
Bye.